and keep it in a high yield savings account so I always have access to that liquidity to pay my car, my rent, whatever it might be, medical bills, other expenses. And that will allow me to keep my long term money invested long term. Because there's been situations where I have needed money and I didn't want to sell in an asset, but I had to sell the asset to have liquidity so I could pay for something. And then you're selling when the asset is down. Also, sometimes you are realizing short term capital gains, which is actually a higher rate than long term capital gains. So I cannot stress enough to get set up with a high yield savings account and keep 6 months to a year's worth of money in there. Right now, rates are actually pretty decent. I'm currently making 3.75% on my high yield savings account, which is directly linked through my bank to my checking account. I can do as many withdrawals from my savings account every month to my checking account. I actually do it in 250 increments. So every 250 bucks, I take it from my high yield savings account, put it into my checking account for spending. This money, for me personally, I try to keep it at about 10,000. That for me is anywhere from 6 to 8 months of expenses. That's another thing we'll get into later about daily budgeting and stuff like that. Obviously, things happen, but this allows me to keep my long-term investments for a long period of time, so I don't have to pay those short-term capital gains taxes, so I don't have to sell assets that are down. So yeah, I really think just being able to defend, by having liquidity, you're able to defend your long-term portfolio positions. And this is money that you're not really trying to make money with, just trying to protect that long-term stuff, that long-term savings that you can grow exponentially over periods of time. And this comes after me doing the completely opposite, and I've been through this where I have to sell assets for liquidity or have to realize short-term capital gains taxes when I don't want to. So this is the One Eye Personal Finance Guy. One Eye Finance Guy here to help you start paying down your debt, saving, investing. Yeah, thanks for watching.